Hi, Taurus. Wait a sec. There we go. If it's not centered, it ain't right. Hi. It's late and it's really hot. I was caught in a deluge of rain earlier in New York City. Okay, coming from the Gramercy Park area. I'm shuffling your cards for your part 2, Taurus. Thank you so much for watching. I'd like to remind you all that I'm doing the $20 20-minute special. There's one of your cards right there. It's been going pretty well, actually. 20 minutes is a good amount of time to get some information that could really help clarify something for you. And you might even find some answers, or you may even have something brought up that you didn't know that it could just be getting you ready for, seasoning you for. Yeah. But just email providencetarot@gmail.com if you'd like to take part in the summer solstice sale. It's almost over now because, Cancer season is over. If I do another deal, it probably will be something different, right? Which you never know. Maybe I'll do one that's just Oracle. These are Oracle cards. I'm using the Oracle of the Radiant Sun to do your part 2. How was your full moon partial lunar eclipse in Capricorn? Okay. That's a house that trines yours. That means that Capricorn energy is harmonious with yours. Let me put my other handkerchief down, honey. If I don't have that, then it's not the complete spread. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 9 cards, so it's a tableau. Whatever comes out, comes out. Hopefully it's something useful. But I don't know. I don't know, you guys. Well, my mom's a Taurus and my sister's a Taurus moon. Okay, so the first card that you got is one that opposes you, actually. So this is still talking about relationships, darling. And that's what your Rider-Waite reading was talking about, too. There were a lot of swords. There was the 8 of Swords crossing you as the Queen of Swords. There was also a 10 of Swords moment in there. I think there might have even been a Tower moment. But the Sun in Scorpio is endurance, and this is talking about the will, to win, but the will to power through, the will to really make it past your weaknesses, or the will to really make it past those points, those places that you probably thought that you couldn't, right? It's a power play, right? And it's a spiritual power play. And it's talking about, understanding how you assert your power, right? And using it in a very spirited way, using it in a way that is going to be, this is going to be much of a fight. You know what I mean? I feel like some of you guys are going to be fighting with something for a while. You know what I mean? It's going to take some time for you to really get through it. It's going to be like a battle. You know what I mean? It might actually even be an exciting battle. This could even be talking about sexual endurance for some of you. So some of you could be wanting a partner that goes a little bit longer. Some of you might be dealing with that. The 8s also have to do with secrets. So this could have something to do with light being shown on a secret that might have been revealed due to this Capricorn full moon right after the Cancer new moon solar eclipse, you know what I mean? And this is the Sun in Scorpio. So the solar eclipse may have revealed some things for you that might have been hidden, or some things that might have been making you feel, not up to snuff. You know what I mean? This could even have to do with, wanting something and wanting to do something about, your desire. This could just be wanting to beat the competition. Some of you might be in a competitive situation, right? You could be selling something. You could be, it could be in business, right? It could be in money, because Scorpio does rule other people's money, right? And that's what this card is, Sun and Scorpio, and you are actually earned income. So Sun and Scorpio could be saying that you're sharing something with someone. It could be a transaction. Maybe some of you are earning a certain percentage out of the transaction, or something that happens, you know what I mean? And maybe it's taking a while for the transaction to get processed and go through. Maybe it does have to do with, logistics of other people's money, and having to wait a little bit longer for things to kind of like settle and get processed in the right manner. You know, or you could just be feeling like you're fighting to get information from somebody about money, Taurus, right? Okay, so let me go ahead and flip over the card that's in the center here, darling. Wow, another sun card in a fixed sign. So right now, this energy is squaring itself, right? So Leo naturally squares Scorpio. Okay, we got two suns here. So someone, could be feeling a little maybe resentful, right? Because of their inability to be in full control of a situation. They may have feel like a situation may have like, not gotten out of control, but they don't hold all the cards, right? They don't push or pull all the gears here. There's someone else involved, and both of the people are probably stubborn, or maybe there's some stubbornness in many different areas, right? There's some stubbornness in some kind of assets that people share. It is a sun, it's the sun in Scorpio, so this is really bringing some energy into you transforming, right, through this struggle that you might be experiencing, Taurus. And the Sun and Leo card here is talking about, being fortunate of something, right? You're fortunate to just be alive. So even though you're experiencing this struggle and you feel like it's being hard on you, physically, right, and spiritually, the Sun and Leo does talk about creativity, and it also talks about romance, and it talks about, family and children, but it also talks about, dignity, and finding yourself honorable, just because you are you. You know what I mean? It is individuality, so you could be fortunate for something that might benefit you as the individual, right? Or maybe you might be getting more than you anticipated from this thing that you're having to endure the process taking longer than you had hoped, due to the fact that more than one person is involved. Um, excuse me. And like I said, there's some energy going on with you guys being kind of like butting heads here. The squaring makes things difficult. So this could be, it could just really be making things challenging, and I feel like someone else might be holding back on whatever it is that they need to offer, or whatever need that they have to push through, because they're waiting for something to solidify. um, Also, I feel like someone could be too busy also. You know what I mean? It's like pulling teeth I'm getting. And also they could be acting like they're too busy to deal with whatever it is that you guys need to deal with each other. Okay. Um, Let me just flip over some more cards. Extremism, Mercury and Scorpio. Okay, so there's some things here with like lies. Maybe somebody is going to the extreme to avoid something, right? Because Mercury is sort of like a busy bee, and that rules communication, and that's talking about verbalizing things, letting people know information that they need to know, being able to process data. That's talking about giving dates, giving the right information. And Scorpio is talking about hidden things and secrets. So maybe someone could be telling you the wrong thing, or maybe they may be going to extremes to avoid you or avoid something, and they might be lying. You know what I mean? And that's where the butting of heads is coming from. And that's why I said it's like you're pulling teeth. And that's also why I said, you're just gonna have to wait for some things to come to light here. and wait for the process to kind of like, go through naturally. But you do have the sun in Scorpio and you have Mercury in Scorpio. So there's a conjunction here with the energy of endurance and extremism. Okay. And sometimes people are willing to go to extremes to get their point across. Okay. And sometimes that could be a little bit petty. It could be also a little bit obsessive, right? Because you're obsessing over, you know, how you getting your point across is going to be felt, right? And that's that Scorpio sting. So somebody could have even said something because it's Mercury and it's communication and verbalizing things. So someone could have said something that was hurtful, that was quite extreme, in passing, or like text. It could have even been an email, or it could have been face to face. I'm getting that there was face to face here, or at least like talking on the phone, right? Um, yeah, I feel like someone might have said something that someone didn't like, you know what I mean? Or there might have been some misinformation, or maybe someone couldn't, maybe they were holding off on giving someone an answer for something. And then when they gave them the answer, it was like actually not the answer that they wanted, right? So they were a little bit upset that they waited so long to not get the answer that they wanted, perhaps, or not get whatever it was that they wanted. But, endurance is here. All right. So we are dealing with, matters of the heart, people feeling passionate about things that they want, and people feeling passionate about the things that they do, or the things that, people saying and doing things, right? What does Gia Gunn say? What you want to do isn't necessarily what you're gonna do. Okay. So let me go ahead and flip over this other one. Vision, honey. Right? You got another sun card, but this is sun in Pisces. Now, this is a different energy. This is talking about, listening to your intuition, paying attention to those things that are quite peculiar to you, but that sort of open your eyes to some of the truths that you might experience, right? This is also talking about, allowing things to sort of like coexist. There might even be some confusion about about where you stand in a situation regarding a relationship, perhaps, or regarding how somebody feels about you. Also, you might be feeling a little bit sensitive, right, to someone else's attention towards you, perhaps you could be feeling like emotionally reactive, right, when the attention and the focus is brought to you, um, for over something. You know what I mean? This is talking about multiplicity. Maybe somebody was caught lying, right? And maybe you knew that they were lying, okay? Because here we go with this Mercury and Scorpio energy, right? The extremism. Let me show it to you. And he's holding up a letter to her. Look at it, extremism, and there it is. No, I didn't say that. Did you say this to John? That's the scene in the picture. Okay. And this is, you feeling like maybe you're fortunate to know what the truth about something. Because the sun does talk about purity of the heart and knowing the truth of the matter of a situation, right? Okay. It's also vitality, it's energy, it's focus, it's the will as well. Leo does the will of the sun, right? And the will of the sun is, you know, constant. So this extremism and communication may be constant, because extreme communication could be like no communication at all, right? Or it could be like weird things being said to avoid certain things. That's extreme. Whoa, why are you going to these? That's just to tell me that you don't have something for me now, or just to tell me that you don't want to go out anymore, or just to tell me that like you're not going to go on that trip that you said you were going to go on with me, or to that concert, or to this wedding, or to or on vacation, stuff like that. The sun in Pisces also says that, there might have been a sacrifice that has been made or is being made, or somebody might be feeling like they're submitting to someone else's actions. Um, or maybe someone could be feeling overwhelmed by someone, and that's why they feel a little submissive to their energy, because they could be taking up so much of your energy. You have a lot of suns here, and the sun gives energy, but then it also takes your energy away. You know how when you're when you go and you lay out in the sun, or when you go to the beach, you're like really tired and drained later, right? The sun definitely drains you. It speeds things up, right? It gets things moving, right? It makes things sort of like more efforting. You know what I mean? So you get kind of tired. Ooh, honey, she wasn't trying to take that wig off. Sorry. I know I'm not wearing one. But yeah, that's just what I'm saying here. And you have two eights, which is talking about, strength, expansion and contraction, right? Courage. We're talking about strength and courage. And we're talking about willpower, okay? We're talking about focus. We're talking about staying focused. We're talking about not letting, you know, the inconsistencies of others, or the extreme inconsistencies of others, stop us from staying focused. Even if it's something that is shared between us that I need to be more clear on, or I need clarification on, just understand that, at some point you will get that clarification. Um, Yeah, also, if you need to talk to somebody or ask somebody about something, do it in a very loving and meaningful way. Not loving and meaningful, you know what I mean? If it's somebody that's done something shady, you ain't trying to be loving and meaningful to them. But you do want this person to be there for, the exchange, right? Because if they're not there, then you're not going to be able to relate, or you're not going to be able to like meet in the middle, or sort of like, there is no compromise. I don't see it here. I don't see that much of a compromise, really. I see someone sacrificing something, or someone submitting to something, you know, just because they're exhausted. Or I see that someone is willing to just kind of like be a bit of a softie, show a little bit more compassion, towards whatever it is that's being discussed here, or whatever it is that's being focused on, or whatever is being felt, right? Because this is Sun and Pisces, so this is bringing, focus to, how you feel like you have been um, giving up a lot, right? You have been putting yourself in a compromising position, perhaps. Maybe you were, um, you know, giving more than you should have, right? Maybe you were feeding someone else before you fed yourself. That type of thing, you know? Let's look at what else you got here, and that was not the one. Okay, I'll just flip over all these at the bottom. The first one that I flipped over is Jupiter, which is talking about expansion and luck and growth, right? And also travel. And then we have the planet, or the sign of Aries here. So Jupiter and Aries. Ooh, a fiery planet and a fiery sign. That's energy. And that's a lot of, Jupiter likes to grow and likes to expand, and Aries likes to get involved. So I feel like you yourself might be getting involved in a new enterprise that is going to help you expand perhaps your business, because Aries definitely is an executive type, and an enterprise is, what an executive type person would be interested in, getting involved with and growing an enterprise. um, this is something that's destined as well, that I see. Some of you guys are destined to do something well that is going to make you bring a lot of attention, right? Because Jupiter is really he's very very benevolent, so he's giving, right? And Aries is energy and enthusiasm. So he might be giving you the interest of others, right? The enthusiasm of others, right? Other people want to get involved, right? You might be getting a lot of people involved, or there may be a lot of individuals that might be involved or vying for attention, or maybe your growth might be getting recognition or acknowledgement from others. People are reacting to it, people might be responding to it. I feel like you have a lot of different ways to reach people, right? It's quite beautiful. This is a great card. You just have to also make sure that you don't get too involved with like the growth. That's not the only important thing, just being big and getting big, right? I want to make it big. It's not always about having the most, the best first. You don't always have to have everything first. You know what I mean? And you don't always have to have everything the moment that you feel like you want it. Because Jupiter sometimes does that, right? And Jupiter is in Sagittarius, which is your eighth house, right? And it's retrograde. And look at that, I got Jupiter in Sagittarius here too, right? I didn't even see that. So yeah, that's principle, right? What is the primary? What is primary for you, right? Okay, so the principle is talking about focus, right? What are the principal matters? What are we getting at here? What is the end game result, right? What are we trying to achieve? Yes. Also, you got rebelling. You got rebellion. So you could be trying to achieve something that you feel like other people may not be, supportive of, or maybe other people don't understand why you're doing it, or maybe other people don't really think that you're going to be able to do as much as you're going to do, because you have a vision here. You have Sun in Pisces, so this is saying that you know something, right? And it definitely has to do with something creative, right? Look at that. Hello. I'm thinking about getting a tattoo on my right calf behind, right? The back, obviously. Well, not obviously, but that's what I'm looking. Maybe Saturn or an eye. That's cool. Yeah, so Mars is definitely talking about, movement forward and projecting, right? It's energy, it's fire, it's the attack, it's all of that. So you could be making a statement, an unconventional statement, right? And it could have a punch with it, because this is Mars in Aquarius, right? And Mars in Aquarius, I feel like when Mars gets into Aquarius, he really focuses on, what it is that he can do differently, right? He's like, I am, but I am different. So now I'm going to be different. I'm going to be outside the box, right? I am unconventional. I am unlike anyone else, right? So that's the principle, reason why you want to take on whatever you want to take on, this enterprise, because you know that you can represent yourself as yourself in the best way than anyone else can. And you know that your brand, or whoever you are, if you're someone that sells things, or if you're someone that's, maybe you're a reader, or maybe you are someone that's a designer, or maybe you're an artist, maybe maybe you're a financier, honey, work, you know maybe you sell clothes, whatever it is that you do, maybe you work with kids, it's something that you feel like you're going to be able to really upsell as being something that's uniquely you. Other people may not think that you should go outside the boundaries or the margins that they feel like have already been set for you. But what are boundaries and margins? um, You might be rebelling against whatever your friends are telling you, right? Your friends may have told you to leave someone alone, a guy alone, and maybe you're like, no, I'm actually going to go and go on a date with this guy and see what he's like. That type of thing. That's just an example. Or you could just be doing something that your friends probably told you not to do or that they didn't think was a good idea. Some of you, it could be the authority or it could be society, right? Because Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, even though this is Mars, right? Because you could either get very much involved, right? And seeing to it that something doesn't go underappreciated or unseen, right? Mercury in Leo. Okay, so you have another Mercury card, right? So you have Sun in Scorpio and Mercury in Scorpio, and you have Sun in Leo and Mercury in Leo. Mercury in Leo is drama, right? And it's talking about saying whatever you can say to get attention, or somebody just using their words to draw attention. And this Mercury in Scorpio here, which is extremism, right? Like I said, saying extreme things, right? Getting a little heated, right? Unhealthy exchange of words, that's squaring this sun in Leo, which is squaring the sun and the Mercury in Mars, or in Scorpio, sorry. And this is communication, right? And, attention and focus and creativity. This could be saying things to stir up stuff, right? To stir up drama. Maybe, this could also be acting. Maybe some of you are actors, like I said. You could be doing something with a purpose, right? And maybe you're seeing how you could create another avenue or another Chanel for yourself to go down and have it be something that you're actually leading the way in making, producing, or you're just seeing to it that you develop in this thing yourself, right? It could be you getting involved or you trying to get other people involved. Um, Yeah, but there's definitely something going on with like an unhealthy exchange of words and it becoming more dramatic and more extreme. There's some resentment, there's some fears, there's some people who feel like they want to be in control, right? Of how someone sees them or how someone feels about them, but you can't control how someone feels about you. And if you use extreme ways of communicating with them, right? Or relating with them to get them to see how strong or powerful you are as a person or how intense you can be, or this is just for some of you guys out there, this is for everybody, then you're gonna run into some problems. You know what I mean? I feel like some of you should step back from whatever dramatic situation that you could potentially get involved in with a friend, perhaps, or it could be with yeah, definitely a friend or a friend that you share something with, right? This could be people that share a space together. This could be people that have shared, finances or share like a car, or maybe this is like a shared space. Like maybe there's a studio, or maybe you're sharing a project or something. You know, or this could just be how people sort of give and take. Yes, so there could be drama about giving and taking. Um, yes, this is good. You got Sun in Libra, which is harmony. So that's wonderful. Okay, and that's next to the drama card. So you got drama and you got harmony. But that's good, this card is coming in to bring some beauty back into the situation, and this could be just beauty in your own solitude. You enjoying your own environment, right? Enjoying the beauty of what it's like to be not around people that are stressing you out or making you question yourself or question, them, or just make you feel, anxious about how you've involved yourself with them, right? And maybe not having all the answers to the questions that you've been asking. Um, Yeah, it could be any of those things. It definitely has something to do with just people butting heads, perhaps, right? And things getting a little bit out of hand, or maybe there being a disagreement or one kind of like incident, right? Let me keep going. Negotiation. Bitch, these cards better work. So you got, after you got drama, you got harmony, and you got negotiation in the same row. So that's good. There's gonna be a sort of like growth of consciousness here, right, in this relationship. Okay, because this is Libra, and this has to do with like you just kind of like taking a step back and taking a breather, getting your head, getting your mind right, really focusing on you and putting things back into you that you need, right? You need to be recalibrated. You definitely need to experience more harmony here. You got Sun in Libra, and you got Sun in Pisces. Those are both signs that are talking about love, right? Um, Leo was talking about, the will to believe and the will to achieve. Score is talking about the desire to transform, you know, the freedom of transformation, letting go, right? Not holding on to something that, is only going to be a continued fight full of effort, disappointment, okay? Stagnation, toxicity, that type of thing. Pisces is also known for cleansing. So this could be an emotional cleansing of the spirit, right? Here. Maybe you need to go near some water, right? Out in nature, perhaps, right? Where you can see some, small nature animals, right? At the park. It doesn't have to be anything expensive or, where you have to spend money. Even though we know you like to spend money, Taurus, right? But there's going to be a growth of understanding here so that you guys can then begin to negotiate whatever it is that you need to do to it's a negotiation with oneself due to the expansion of the relationships and how things may have gotten out of control, right? So you're kind of getting to a place of harmony and balance after the drama, okay? And if some of you haven't experienced this drama, then you might, because this is the second part of your reading. So this could be going into, you know, July during Leo season, right? Because there's a lion here. You got two Leo cards, all right. And also, the sun is going to be in Scorpio here the next time we have a Mercury retrograde, which will be in Scorpio season. Okay. So just think about this between Leo season here. I'm getting Leo season. There's going to be something that's going to happen that you're going to feel good about. You know what I mean? It's going to be making you feel like you're illuminated again, more energized. Then around, Libra season, well, there's still going to be some drama there too, right? Drama there during the Leo season a little bit, okay? Because of something dealing with, some rebellious energy or someone going against the grain, right? Or being challenged by some oddity, right? Some extreme, something might be seemingly extreme, right? Um, right. And I feel like you're just going to come to a place, right, of like intuitively, right, from your subconscious, right, from a place within, it just might be revealed to you the principal matter here and what it all means, you know what I mean? And you're going to just get back to point zero, right? And then you're going to realize I just need to I need to negotiate with myself, right? But negotiating with yourself could mean that you're not going to negotiate with anyone else because you have been negotiating for some of you, overly negotiating. That's why you need to take a step back, you know what I mean? Because I feel like you're getting exhausted too, just with people in your relationships, yeah. And that's why you need some time to yourself, right? To step away from the drama of others, right? Um, Surely. And bring some focus back to achieving balance for yourself, right? You really don't need, you really should spend some time in nature here. I'm getting that. Yeah. Or go on a trip, because some of you guys might even be going on a trip to a place. I'm getting London for some of you, right? Some of you might be going there. Um, some of you might be going to like Colorado, domestic. Um, some of you guys might be going to water, right near the water, on an island. I'm getting an island for some of you guys. And some of you are really disappointed because you may not even actually be able to go on vacation. You might just be feeling like you're stuck because of work, and it only makes sense that you just can keep doing this work because there's something with time, right? There's no Saturn here or anything like that. But there's something with kind of like getting to the goal, right? It's like you're almost there, I feel. So I feel like if you took a break or something, you feel like you would be taking a step back. So I feel like you're just going to go ahead and do that. So you might be rebelling against going out and going on vacay. You know? I'm so sorry. Because you just want to get this done. You might even be thinking about just going on a vacation at the end of the summer. But it's beautiful at the end of the summer, like late August, early September. It's actually one of my favorite times of the year. And then my most favorite time, which is Libra season, okay? Taurus, I hope that you got something out of this. Again, I will go through the keywords here in your reading, part two: endurance, fortune, extremism, vision, rebellion, enterprise, principle, drama. Instagram, Providence Tarot. I'm also NYC Kendrick NYC, and the Tongue Pop. The Tongue Pop will be doing some things this month with Black Girl Pilates. Follow them if you like fitness, okay? Especially if you're a woman of color and you like fitness and you live here in the United States, especially if you live in New York City because they have meetings here. But supportive of all women, but we bring a focus to supporting people of color in the industry of Pilates and fitness. Um, Definitely take advantage of the 20 for 20 special before it's too late. Um, Come to Shanti Bookshop and Crystal Gallery on Sundays from 12 to 4. I will be there giving readings from that time. They are in 20-minute increments. Yes, I believe that is it, everyone. The weeklies are up. I don't know if I'm actually going to do an extended here because, maybe I just said that I would do an extended for those weeklies just because I was like, oh, what were those messages? I was kind of like not really feeling like saying them. I wasn't going to do the readings, but then I did them. It just felt right. You know what I mean? The sunset was beautiful. It was a full moon, eclipse, and I ran into somebody there that I was dating, that I've gone on some dates with. Not like I'm not dating this person. Okay, I'm not dating anybody. Okay. Child. I don't know how long. But and I kind of been fine with that for now. Yeah, this has been good, Taurus. And it's been real. It's super duper late and I need to go. And I need to eat something because I eat really late. Bye.